Excuse me. Next on the agenda is to discuss conditional, contraction, and identities. So linear equations can give us three types of solutions: conditional, contradiction, and identity. So if I have something like, let me read it to you. A conditional equation is an equation that is true for some values of the variable but false for other values. So if x plus 3 equals 5, then we know that x equals 2. So this is a conditional equation, x equals 2. I remember this because I think of it kind of like an agreement between people, the word like conditions. Like, I'll agree to your terms under these specific conditions, right? If you're drawing up a contract with someone, well, only under these conditions do I agree to something. All right, so in my syllabus, under these conditions, or these are the conditions for which my class will be run. Conditional. Only certain times or situations will x equal 2. Because I can create a new x equation, like x minus 1 equals 7, to where now x equals 8, but these were new conditions. Contradiction. A contradiction is an equation that has no solution. Contradiction is an equation that has no solution. So for instance, x plus 3 equals x plus 1. Well, here we can subtract the x's out and they zero out, but we end up with 3 equaling 1. But is that true? No, right? Bummer. 3 does not equal 1, 1 does not equal 3. So when you end up with something wonky like this, it's a contradiction. Think about if, like, I don't know, in detective movies, shows, if you've got two people getting interviewed, they separate them and ask them what their story is independently. And if the two people getting interviewed, their stories contradict each other, think to yourself, what does that mean? If their stories are contradicting, what does that mean? It means they don't match up, right? They don't align. It doesn't make sense. Something's not right. So here, contradiction. It's a contradiction to say 3 equals 1 or 1 equals 3. Not a thing. So if you get something weird or like a lie, right? In my detective story example, someone's lying, right? If you get two contradicting stories. So that has no solution. We write no solution with either empty braces to signify, hey, again, if the braces represent, or inside of the braces represent the answer, then if you don't have anything inside the braces, then the lack of anything signifies no solution. Or it's a 0 with a line through it. It's not really a 0, more like an O, but this is called the empty set. It's just a 0 with a line through it. It also signifies no solution. So how you answer, like type in no solution, is one of these two things. Okay. So for a conditional equation, you'll have currently for linear, you'll have one solution. For a contradiction, you'll have no solution. And last but not least is having an identity. An identity is an equation that has all real numbers as its solution. So here that means we've got infinitely many solutions to this. How I remember identity is because look here at this example. X plus 7 equals x plus 7. I think of it as a mirror, right? Well, then you've got a copy or the other's identity on the other side. So looking in a mirror, I see my identity, right? If I look at a mirror, I see myself, my identity. So with this kind of mirror example, I know that eventually we would get 0 equals 0, which is a true statement. And even x plus 7 equaling x plus 7 is also a true statement. So if I've got an identity, that means I can plug in any number in for x we will always equal the other side because it's that mirror image. It's the identity. So here, to type this in, you've either got that fancy script R or negative infinity to infinity. And this is called interval notation. Interval notation. Interval notation here. So all real numbers, you either have this fancy script R or interval notation of negative infinity to infinity.